While each NFL team went to battle this week, our beloved Cowboys had our bye week. We're coming off a much-needed win in SoFi Stadium against the Los Angeles Chargers, and after the bye, we faced the Los Angeles Rams with a healthy Cooper Kupp, Tutu Atwell, and most recent standout Puka Nacua. Yeah. But this week, the Rams got manhandled by the Pittcburgh Steelers. But as I watched that game, it showed me a lot. And if the Dallas Cowboys can do these things, we will leave our game against the Los Angeles Rams with a dub.
And the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys? Yeah!
What's going on, Cowboy Nation and Cowboy haters alike? It's your boy, the Angry Cowboys Fan, here on YouTube, the place where you can find that raw and uncut emotion about the Dallas Cowboys 24/7, 365. And as long as I'm alive, y'all know it's DC for life. And if you are DC for life, please consider hitting that subscribe button. While many teams battled and some of the talking heads' favorites were upset, the Dallas Cowboys were at home getting ready for our home game against the Los Angeles Rams. After watching the Steelers put it all over the Rams, I'm going to give you the things that I want to see from the Cowboys so we can get that dub this coming Sunday. The battle starts in the trenches. I know, ladies and gentlemen, how cliche that sounds, but it is true. The battle starts in the trenches. If the offensive line can win their battle in the trenches, we win the game. If the defensive line can win their battle, we win the game. The Pittcburgh Steelers were able to disrupt Matthew Stafford's rhythm all night. When the pocket collapses around Stafford, he is less accurate on the run. Even though he did find Tutu Atwell, but I'm not going to get into that. We need to allow our dogs on the defensive side of the ball to go hunting. We need to put as much pressure on Matthew Stafford as we possibly can. We also need our offensive line to win the battle of the line of scrimmage. We rant and we rave about our offensive line, but then we give up multiple sacks to the Chargers. If the O-line can't win the battle, it's going to be a long night for Cowboys Nation. Remember, the Rams still have Aaron Donald and Michael Hoyt, that defensive end for the Rams. He was all over Pickett. So both of our lines need to be ready. We need our secondary alert and their heads on a swivel. If we're unable to lock down Matthew Stafford and unable to lock down his targets, we're going to lose this game. We need to lock down his first 3 targets so that our defense can get home and disrupt his flow. And we all know who his favorite target was. It was Cooper Kupp. But since Cooper Kupp's injury, Puka Nacua has emerged as a primary target. Stafford loves to find Puka Nacua over those quick slants and drag routes. Tutu Atwell's no slouch either. But if we could stop the run game and lock down Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua, I feel this is going to be a long night for the Los Angeles Rams. We need to stop the run. Royce Freeman and Darrell Henderson, they had a total of 121 yards for the Los Angeles Rams last night. But 121 yards on another team, you know that we had a problem with the run game. So that 121 yards could be 180 yards against the Cowboys. We got to prevent that. Without LVE, we can't let them gash us up the middle. Hopefully we can plug up the holes, get up on the scoreboard on the offensive side of the ball, and make Matthew Stafford resort to throwing. Make Matthew Stafford beat us with his arm. He's no stranger to interceptions, and you know we got them dogs that love interceptions. We need to establish the run game. We really do. We haven't been able to establish the run game in our past games. Hopefully we worked on that during our bye week, but we need to establish a good run game. That way the run game can open up the play action. Opening up the play action opens it up for Dak Prescott. Let's use the RPOs that were successful against the Chargers. We also need to use our gadget players, Cavante Turpin and Deuce Vaughn. Hopefully, we can get Michael Gallup back to form. The Pittcburgh Steelers quarterback, Kenny Pickett, he was carving up the Rams secondary. There was a specific pass that he would throw that would gain about 10 to 13 yards a pop. It was that back shoulder pass to Pickens. It was a guaranteed first down every single time. So, let's let our weapons get more involved. Let's let our weapons, CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks, cook whoever is opposed them. And really, one of the biggest things that I have that I hope that they worked on this past bye week and that they work on in practice, Mike McCarthy needs to have more originality in his scheme moving forward. He needs to be less predictable. Use more motion, more misdirect. Y'all saw it against the Chargers. That RPO worked. Let's allow Dak to use his legs to get yards as well as extend plays. I honestly link a lot of Dak's issues to the offensive scheme from Mike McCarthy. I believe that Dak has the ability to be a great quarterback. We've seen Dak Prescott's greatness. I also believe a quarterback will only go as far as the offensive coordinator allows it. We all see Mike McCarthy's play calling, y'all. It ain't the best. So, how can Dak give his best when he's not getting the best play calling scheme-wise? So, let's let Dak cook. And Dak, don't worry about the interceptions. Ironically, Matt Stafford led the league with 17 interceptions the year he won the Super Bowl. I'm just saying. So, Dak, let it rip. We also need to put to bed our red zone woes. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but we have to fix this red zone issue. And I hope this week during practice, our top concerns are the red zone, discipline on the offensive and defensive sides of the ball, and getting our offense more acclimated to this Texas Coast offense so we can start our upward trajectory into November, December, and January football. Everybody knows Stephen A., he will definitely remind you that the Cowboys tend to fall off in November, December, and January. Let's break that trend, ladies and gentlemen. Let's break that mold. And with that being said, these are the things that I hope to see in the upcoming game against the Los Angeles Rams. If we can do these things, I have a great feeling that we're going to walk out of that game with a dub. But what do you think we need to work on in order to send the Rams home with an L? What are your takeaways from Week 7 of the NFL season? Let's have that conversation in the comment section below. I got to give a big shout out. Before I end this video, I got to give a big shout out to the Dak Attack on YouTube. His channel is off the hook, but what I want to highlight is that he uncovered the sleeper cell of Cowboy Nation, and that sleeper cell is Skip Bayless. I was going to do a video on the topic, but he released one that's super on point and explains it much better than I can. I'll put the link to his video in the comment section. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and Cowboy Nation. Thank you for stopping by, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.